Today on DNVR Buffs Live, the veteran returner for Colorado, who is a perfect fit for Brennan Marion's offense. That and much more starting now.
Bub Nation.
Let's go.
Squad. Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, a smoky Toyota Lounge, driven by Front Range Toyota Stores. Is DNVR Buffs Live on a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday.
You got to be specific when you said we're in the smoky Toyota Lounge.
Smoky Lounge.
It's not our doing.
Jake was hanging out in here for a little while before we got here.
No, they're cooking something up downstairs. I don't know what's going on.
It's got to be like a fish fry.
I don't know what it is. I can see it right here, though, like just looking out there.
Yeah.
Let's brought some people to the bar.
Care to elaborate, Scotty?
Nope. No, sir. Come check it out, though.
It's worth it.
Promise.
Today on the show, day 4 of spring football practice, we will talk about practice standouts, what running backs coach Johnnie Mack said after practice, as well as Richard Young and Damien Henderson. News around college football, including Tampering 101. Shout out to Professor Procter taking us to class.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to go to the 300 level course, actually, in the midst of that.
You're just stealing sub headlines. I did read that, at least. And much more around college football. How are we feeling? How are you feeling? You're dealing with a lot of Broncos chaos right now.
Broncos fans have had a rough showing the last couple days. But I'm fine. I actually could not be better.
Love it. Scotty?
I'm feeling great, bro. It was a beautiful day out there in Boulder,
It was.
Colorado, earlier this afternoon. It's crazy to hear day 4 of spring practices in the books.
Goes by quick, don't it?
Day 5 tomorrow, day 6 on Thursday, and at that point, you're almost at the halfway point.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about.
We do have spring break next week, though, so
Yep.
a little bit of pause in the action.
Yeah.
Let's get into it today. Yeah, if you want to roll the highlights from today's pressers, and then we'll get into it.
I've been working, man, for a long time, man, to get this opportunity, man. So I always felt like I was ready, but it was just always God's timing. And, I just think it was just God's timing last year, being with Coach Falk, learning under him, and then he getting the opportunity. And, just Coach Prime just giving me that, giving me that call, man. So it was God sent. It was favor from God, man. And as a running back, like I told my guys, I'm like, if you're not excited for this, I don't know what else to tell you, man, because this go-go offense is built for running backs. It's built for running backs to have success. With having the opportunity to be 21 personnel, you get the opportunity to have multiple guys out there, giving these guys multiple opportunities. So it's just the excitement, utilizing us so many different ways to be involved with. I've been watching Coach Marion from afar. And I always loved this offense. I was always excited as a running back. I was like, man, if I had the opportunity one day, to coach under that offense, man, that'd be pretty fun, man. And look at what happened, man. It ended up happening. So a year last year, both of them had, I think, 500 some yards apiece. 2 different style of backs. Damien bringing that 6'2", 215. He's a power back, but he also got some finesse to him. Like he can make you miss in traffic. He's pretty unique, man. I think he's going to be really good for us. But those guys, man, they're really they bring that experience to this offense, man. And Jaquel Smith, man, he's at any given moment, man, he can take it the distance, man. Home run hitter. DT just pretty much all purpose. He's going to do everything. He can catch, he can run. He can give it to you however you want it. Michael Welch is that little bowling ball, But he got 2 years of experience playing on this level. So he's going to bring the physicality. Richard Young, just been waiting on the opportunity. Remember, at one point, he was the #1 back in the nation, coming out of high school. So just getting his confidence back and bringing his ability as a downhill runner It's going to be big for us. And then we got the Sac State guys, you know, that bring the experience. So, man, if I'm a fan right now, man, be excited. He's already a leader for us, man. And, man, the DT, man, he's just a student of the game. That guy loves football, man. He's always – I have to tell him to go home, man. You know, because he'll stay up here all day.
For our group and everything we do, we hold a standard in our group. You know, everybody got to do their, you know, part on everything we do. It's not just one man, it's all of us together. We all we all got to eat. So, you know, we hold each other accountability, you know, on the little things that we do wrong. And then the next day, we got to come the next day with a different mentality.
Learning it back then, it was very hard because it was so much, like, because Marion playbook is like outrageous, like so many plays, like trying to consistently learn them, and he installing like by each week. So it was kind of hard, but like here since I've been in the offense, it's like me just going over the plays. I already know them. It's just me writing them down, like still, even though I already know them. Not at all, not at all. Everything from Fort Collins is thrown away. I don't even know why we're speaking on Fort Collins. We ain't gonna talk about that right now.
All right, good day on the podium.
What a vibe.
Yeah.
They did bring the vibes today.
Let's start with Coach Mack. I mean, obviously he started talking about the opportunity to be full-time running backs coach now, right? I mean, learn from literally one of the goats of the position in Marshall Faulk last year. That opportunity opens the door for him. He was obviously very, very thankful for it. His impressions of the go-go offense, man, you heard it right there. He said it's built for running backs. Built for them to have success, he said, I think, as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought it was cool, too, how Johnnie Mack talked about how he was kind of like a fan, so to speak, of Brennan Marion from afar, like dating back to when Brennan Marion was the OC at Howard. Like Johnnie Mack had been tapped into his offense and, you know, said he heard of this exciting offense of a young guy, you know, a young brother kind of innovating this and, you know, putting it to the forefront. And I think he mentioned, too, that like he met Coach Marion like a couple years ago and like he said, Coach Marion probably don't remember me. Like he was kind of popping at that point in time. Yeah. But obviously them working together now, Johnnie Mack has a super, super important role in this team because as he said, this go-go offense is built for running backs. It's built for them to have success. This offense last year, Sac State, the go-go, 262 rushing yards a game.
Led FCS, right?
Yeah, for 100%. The year before that, at UNLV, 251 rushing yards a game. It was the school's most in over 45 years. So when you hire Brennan Marion, you are hiring a run game. And Johnnie Mack is going to be obviously pivotal in the development of the guys in that room. He's going to be important in the teaching of that scheme as well, as he mentioned that he's still learning it, right? He said it's another thing that people out there might not understand, that a lot of these coaches are started learning this in January. And they're only 2 or so months in. So they're learning it just as much as some of these new players. But it was cool to hear from Johnnie Mack, and we'll get into more of it.
I love it, man. I love this fantasy world that I can live in right now where we're going to have a great run game. I need to see it.
Have some faith, bro.
I know. I have faith.
I feel you.
I have the most faith in Brennan Marion of maybe anyone. But until it happens, I can't say that it's going to happen until I see it.
Definitely.
What I was getting to, though, is like Colorado football is a running program.
Yeah.
Like, that is the identity of Colorado football when it was at its greatest heights.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we won the national championship, we were running the option. But then going even back to 2001, our last conference championship, like that is a run-heavy team. Chris Brown, Bobby Purify, Cortland Johnson, like that's what we've done when we've been great, has been a physical, punishing, running football team. And so I love throwing the rock around as much as anyone. And we're going to do that a lot in this offense. But boy, am I excited at the thought of potentially going out there and running the ball down some people's throats.
Yep. Coach Mack also kind of broke down the room for us too, right? I mean, he mentioned Damien Henderson, Jaquel Smith, and the experience that they bring. He mentioned Damien Henderson. He's a power back, but he's got that speed too. He's kind of all around. And when he stepped onto the podium, and you know, maybe it's just a bit because of the hair too, but it's like, oh, like this is a real running back.
He's 6'2".
Yeah.
Totally. 6'2" for sure.
Called Jaquel Smith a home run hitter. He said any given moment, and talked about the experience with Michael Welsh as well, and called DeKalon Taylor a leader.
Yeah. I mean, Damien Henderson was the first name dropped by Johnnie Mack today in that running back room. I don't think that's a coincidence. I look into that maybe more than others do. But as I said to you earlier, Damien Henderson up there at the podium today just gave me running back one vibes. Like he exuded confidence, not only in himself, but also in this system that he is kind of a veteran at least compared to the other guys in the room, not named Jaquil Smith. And, you know, Coach Johnnie Mack mentioned it like this. He called his skill set unique.
Yeah.
Right. This is a guy who's 6'2". He said he's like 215 pounds, who has the breakaway speed, but has some power to go along with the finesse that he runs with as well. So it was really impressive to see Damien Henderson in person for the first time and kind of hear how Johnnie Mack kind of sees his game and skill set and whatnot.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, Micah practiced today too. Lots
Yes,
of
he
questions
did.
about
Micah's
Micah. I asked him about Micah, and he said the talk that he had with him was just about his experience. Like, you're kind of the lead guy in this room. Maybe you're not the oldest one, but in terms of tenure and how long you've been at CU, you're a guy that people are going to look up to, right?
And I think straight up, I think he has the most Power 4 experience in the room in terms of production,
right.
carries, yards, and all that. You know,
You're absolutely right. He could not say enough good things about DeKalon Taylor today, man. He is the perfect fit for the go-go offense, he said.
And that, of course, is our headline.
Yes. And he was almost like giddy with excitement talking about
For real.
DeKalon Taylor's skill set, saying he called him an all-around back too. And if you watch well off today as well, you can see DeKalon Taylor and how we talked about it, man, with, you know, we saw it with Dylan, how he's got that like hiding behind the lineman type thing. All of a sudden he pops out and he hits full throttle and he's gone. But you know, he's showing the toughness and all that.
Towed
too,
that
man.
thing today.
Yeah.
for sure. He was towing that thing, running hard, breaking tackles. And you mentioned it. Johnnie Mack seemed really excited about Trackhawks, DeKalon Taylor's fit in this go-go offense. You mentioned it. He called him pretty much all-purpose. He goes, it's a perfect fit for him. I think this was really cool, too, where he kind of gave insight into how this run game works in the go-go. Coach Johnnie Mack goes, it's more like a duo where he gets the opportunity to read several keys on defense, not dictating him and telling him to go one way. He can go different ways. Putting a guy like that with that type of speed in that position is favorable to him. And that triple option aspect of this offense, getting him in space, whether you're throwing him the ball, pitching it, or just handing it off to him, it's going to, I think, highlight DeKalon's skill set in a way his skill set wasn't really highlighted last year. And even though it wasn't, those first 3 games, he was ultra productive.
Right.
6.1 yards a carry in 3 full games, over 100 receiving yards in those 3 full games. I just think that's production is going to be 10x'd, not literally, but figuratively in this go-go offense.
Yeah, and I mean, you go back to like one of my favorite sayings, which is everything happens for a reason. DeKalon Taylor's on his way to, I think, what was going to be a really nice season last year. He gets hurt. He makes a decision to redshirt.
Yeah.
That allows him to stay around and be a part of this offense.
For sure.
And obviously, all of that stuff happened before he had any idea that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think the stars have really aligned for him to be what he is set to be in this offense, be the perfect weapon style back out of this offense.
Yeah.
You know, Sean Payton would use the term the Joker, just like put defenses in bad positions and give DeKalon matchups against people that don't want to match up with him.
Exactly right.
And I think it has a real chance to be like something that gets him an NFL opportunity when all is said and done. I mean, his hands that he has as a former wide receiver, and then, you know, the feature that he's going to be in this offense, which hopefully runs the ball for 200 plus yards per game. You know, who knows with his size, like what that could look like. But I think he has a real chance to get a legitimate NFL opportunity if
For sure.
the stars kind of align the way that we envision them doing.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think Johnnie Mack today also mentioned that he's squatting over 500 pounds.
Said that about multiple backs.
I think he said him and Richard,
Yeah.
which is crazy because those two couldn't be more different from a frame size perspective.
Well, he said pretty much pound for pound, he thinks he has one of the strongest rooms on the team.
I wouldn't be surprised with that because we know Micah throwing weight around as well.
Of course.
So that's
course.
crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I want to talk about something, Scotty, you mentioned about duo on the other side of this break. Shout out to our friends over at Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. You know, they say, let's go places, right? I think the Buffs are going places too with what we just talked about today. And these running backs, man, just like the running backs, Toyota, versatile, efficient, basically reliable, tough, strong,
physical,
and economical, I guess, as well, because we have so many mouths to feed in the running backs room, right? Efficient. But Toyota's been doing it for a long time, man. You already know the name and the brand. Whether you're carrying the weight of the world, conquering off-road trails, there's a Toyota truck that's just right for you. Check out the all-new 2025 Tacoma. That thing is beautiful. They also offer more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker, giving customers numerous choices to reduce their carbon footprint. Visit a Front Range Toyota store at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Xfinity, man. NFL free agency is in full swing right now. I'm seeing a lot of money being thrown around to free agents, but you know what I'm not seeing a lot of right now?
5-year guarantees.
5-year deals being thrown around. That's an Xfinity thing. You know what I'm saying? They reserve that for its best customers, which is all of its Xfinity customers, man. This is reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi that you can keep at the same price for 5 whole years, man. That's Xfinity's 5-year price guarantee. This is Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you might not even notice them. This is super intelligent Wi-Fi. It has a 6th sense, man. You can stream the game and watch the game at the same time. You know what I'm saying, man? This is going to have all your devices working in perfect harmony. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's very best equipment. So lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that.
All right, back on the show. Let's talk about Duo because
Steeler?
Huh?
Steeler?
Is that what the Duo call is?
I think so, yeah.
Duo is God's running play. It is. To the untrained eye, it looks a lot like zone, but there's a big difference with it that allows these running backs to make more reads, and therefore you're going to see them way more out in open space, I think, because in Duo, you're not supposed to go, the linemen aren't supposed to go up to the linebackers. They're just creating double teams up front, and then the running back's supposed to read like the flow of the linebackers, and you basically go away from it. It's God's running play. And it's meant for these players, I think, in this system, and it's going to create a lot of massive runs. You got to coach it right. You got to play it right. It's not an easy thing to do. I think it's probably why you don't see as many teams do it, and why inside zone is just the basic type of run play. But we're running Duo, baby.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Marion calls it Steeler in this offense.
Okay,
That's what's up.
He obviously grew up a Steelers fan. So, but yeah, you can imagine a world in which this running game can just flourish. And the good thing about what you're talking about with reading the linebackers is having two backs is designed to confuse the linebackers.
Yes. Yep.
So it should make your read even easier as the running back, given the fact that, let's just say, you're running this with Damien Henderson and you have Trackhawk back there, and Trackhawk just caught a swing pass for 8 yards.
Yep.
Now he runs out. Boom. One linebacker's just got to shift with him.
For sure.
And so now there's just less for you to read when those linebackers start moving. So I think that's almost the essence of the offense, right?
Yep.
You're running Duo, and you're designing the entire package to make Duo even easier to read for the running back.
Yep.
And that's why it's also just such a perfect fit for DeKalon. Like, not only because of the speed, I think also because I think you got to have a high football IQ to consistently make reads on the fly, and you're not playing quarterback. And I think Trackhawk is uniquely positioned with that high football IQ to make the most out of that. Coach Johnnie Mack said today that he sometimes got to tell Trackhawk to go home.
Yeah.
Because he's in the facility all damn day. And I thought he gave maybe one of the most real praises you can give to a player today when he goes, I wish I had a team full of DTs. If we had a team full of DTs, we'd win the national championship. Yeah. Like, that's the best praise you could give to a player. And I think it's because of the work ethic. It's that he wants to learn. He's a true student of the game. Like, I'm sure he's in that facility watching go film from a running back's perspective to try to perfect that. So when he hits the grass and he's making these reads on the fly, trying to decide what a linebacker is trying to do or which way he's going, he can act and play fast. And that's why I love that. And also, too, I would say the pass catching ability of it, right, out the backfield. Since the last 3 years, when Brennan Marion has been the OC at UNLV and at Sac State last year, he hasn't had a running back with more than 15 catches in the season. Trackhawk had 10 in 3 games last year.
Wow.
This is going to be the best pass-catching running back that I believe Brennan Marion has had. And I think this is just the most unique skill set that I think Brennan Marion has had at the running back position. And that's a scary proposition for defenses with his innovative mind and Trackhawk's unique skill set.
Were you thinking of 22 Janos?
Absolutely. First thing I told them walking out of the press conference room.
One of my favorite quotes. Like, Jano? I love Jano. If we had 22 Janos, we'd be all right.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. On Trackhawk as well, he said he just got to stay healthy and continue work, and he should have a very successful year.
Yeah.
As you broke it down, I mean, beautifully there. This is a different type of weapon that Brennan Marion just flat out hasn't had.
Facts.
In his go-go offenses. And this is the beauty of having Brennan Marion at the power forward too, right? You kind of unlock a new level of this go-go offense with some of the athletes at his disposal now. And we haven't even gotten into, like the Boo Carter packages, the Q for 6 packages, stuff he could do with Ernest on, end arounds and speed stuff. Like it's you're going to see a lot of things that are familiar with the go-go, but you're going to see a lot of new wrinkles too this year.
Absolutely. This is just random. Have you guys noticed that there are a lot fewer clips that we're seeing from practice that show Julian Lewis in go-go formations than there are of Isaac Wilson in go-go formations?
I mean, now that you mention it, I think so.
I've been paying attention to it a lot, and I find that to be interesting.
I think that's interesting, and I don't think it's a coincidence either.
I don't either.
That just made me think of something that I saw today that I just straight up haven't seen since I've been covering Colorado football. Under center.
Yes.
Play action pass.
Offset eye, bro.
Bro, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, this boy Brennan Marion doing it. Oh, gee. And it was Keneal Sweetwine. Like under center, back to the defense, hard play action into like a 5-step drop, a deep vertical concept.
Lord Jesus
is right. And I just can't wait to see Julian Lewis executing that with the weapons that he has at his disposal, man. That's beautiful stuff.
It's funny because we are so in the weeds when it comes to Brennan Marion.
Yeah.
That I was just randomly thinking about how, like, when Colorado goes out there against Georgia Tech, like, even like half the Denver media is going to be like, what is this offense?
Yep.
This is so unique and different. Like, and then the national media and the national college football fans, I think a lot of people are going to learn Brennan Marion for the first time that night.
Yep.
And that's going to be really fun.
Get ready to learn Brennan Marion.
The only other time that I think was he at UNLV? He was, right, when Genty was at Boise.
Yeah,
I think 1 year.
Yes.
But the Heisman year or no?
No. Well, actually, yeah, 24, right?
Okay, yeah. So that would be the only other time that I think people would have watched UNLV.
Probably.
Because they faced or watched this offense because they faced off in the Mountain West Championship. So people were definitely watching that because it was a Heisman race. And then they also had a banger of a game in the regular season when I think both teams came in undefeated. So other than that, I just don't think people have seen this offense, the casual college football fan.
Totally. It's going to be a shock to, I think, a lot of people, man. Even when the game comes out, bro, there's going to be some stuff we see that's like, like that's not even in there.
100%. Somebody mentioned in the chat earlier, and I would, as we're talking about running backs, right? Cam Newton isn't on campus right now, the 2026 commit, because he's not an early enrollee. But he posted a video of him yesterday in the weight room squatting 500 pounds.
Another one.
At his size. And Johnnie Mack replied to it with the strength, like the smoke coming out of the nose emoji. Don't sleep on him either. I know he's a true freshman. He's going to be coming in kind of late to the party, so to speak, right before fall camp begins. But this is somebody as well with home run speed and just physical enough to offset the kind of finesse and speed.
I'm just thinking about that video I sent you guys of him working with that running back coach. He's all, Cam.
Whoa,
Bring that back.
Anything else on Coach Mack? Shout out Coach Mack, though. He was awesome first time up on the podium.
For sure. He just seemed really grateful, too, for the opportunity.
Yes, very much
I think he knows that. And he talked about how he felt like this was just God's timing. Obviously, it was unique last year, learning under a Pro Football Hall of Famer and Marshall Faulk, and to turn around a year later, and now that's your room.
Just shows how quick things happen in this sport, man. You can join a program like this, and Coach Prime brings you in just to maybe you see it as a favor or something. You're an analyst.
Yeah.
It could be 1 year away before you're running a room, and
Facts.
Would you say one great year could change your life?
I would say that actually, yes.
I'm smart.
On Richard Young here, I mean, he was asked obviously about the clip, that we saw over the weekend and last week. Basically saying that it's just a mentality thing. I mean, we all got to eat is another thing that he said multiple times, right? And Coach Mack talked about it too. Just with two backs back there, you're basically doubling up on the opportunities for these guys.
Facts.
And these guys are kind of seeing that, and they're trying to relish it. I mean, if you're on the field at all, period, like it is very important that even if you don't get the ball, you play your role, right? And Brennan Marion talks about that all the time as well. How you play without the ball determines how much you love your teammates, and they are looking for that.
Really quick. Do you know how often we re-say Brennan Marion phrases on this show?
Daily.
At least multiple times a show.
Yeah.
But it seems like
His coaching is working on us.
It is.
Like, those phrases are there for a reason.
Yes.
And he repeats them over and over and over again so that the players, it gets ingrained in their head. We're not even around him all day like they are, and we're repeating the phrases because he's ingrained them into our head.
for real.
Richard Young on his game says he's a physical back, power back, speed. He says working on the catching, everything, all the little fine aspects. On his decision to come here from Alabama, obviously, he couldn't say enough about Coach Prime, the staff, the environment. It's very clear. I mean, we've talked about this endlessly too. When players come here on a visit or they come here to just check out Boulder, man, they are. It doesn't take long usually, before that or after that visit ends before we know whether they're coming or not, right? There's a reason for all that.
No doubt.
What else stood out to you, Scotty, about Richard Young?
What he said about Trackhawk. He goes, he brings the juice every day. He pushes me to be great, even though he's a little bit faster than me, but I try to catch up when I can. But it's just crazy how a 5'9", 170-pound guy who started his career at Incarnate Word is pushing a former 5-star running back transfer from Alabama to be great. Like, it's just crazy how football works and how leaders come in all shapes and sizes. And I think Trackhawk is certainly that. And it's also good, I think, for Richard Young to be willing to be pushed by somebody that he just met a couple months ago. So I like that as well.
Totally.
Yeah. And I mean, you got to leave your stars at the door when you get to college.
Real spill. It means nothing.
Yep.
It means nothing right now.
He talked how much of a help Damien and Jaquil have been. Obviously they have experience in the system and how he can lean on them. And as you mentioned, what he said about DeKalon Taylor really stood out as well. Just a serious guy. Those are the vibes I get from him, man.
Yeah.
Who?
Richard Young.
Yeah.
And you can just tell on the field. I mean, he got, I think, in another scrap today with, was it Balansama that he was
I'm not
fighting
sure.
with?
I didn't see that.
I think it was. But, yeah, he's out there being physical and getting nasty. So we'll see if how far he takes that coaching from Brennan Marion.
He's got a serious name.
He does. He really does.
I low-key wanted to ask him today, and I think a nickname has emerged, or he has one. But I wanted, like, bro, do you have a nickname? Because calling you Richard just doesn't, I don't know. I just doesn't, or Rich just don't sit with me. But
You can call him Dick.
you're not doing that either. So I'm like, bro, you got to have a nickname for that people can call you.
Richard Young.
Richie. But yeah, he's a serious dude. And honestly,
Rich forever.
honestly, I'm glad he's serious. I don't want to see him joking or laughing. You know what I'm saying? You've been at Bama, bro, and I'm sure you've wanted opportunities that you haven't got.
Yep.
The opportunities right there are now right in front of you if you want to go take it or not. So I like that very serious demeanor of his.
Well said. Well said. He was asked about leaders on the team. He mentioned Julian. He mentioned DeKalon Taylor. He also mentioned Bo Hughley, who is potentially your new left tackle, where he's been working.
Yeah.
You have something
I like
to say?
that.
No. Just thinking about
nicknames?
nicknames.
All right, let's take our next break. And then we'll get to Damien Henderson and what we saw from the videos from practice on the other side of this break. Shout out to our friends over at Volo Sports. Man, it's just time to get outside, get back in the game,
Definitely.
Maybe it's been a while. You want to shake off the cobwebs, maybe play some basketball, soccer, pickleball. Pickleball's is pickleball still like having a resurgence? Where are we at on the pickleball?
I think it's at a steady, like strong plateau right now.
All right, sounds good. So pickleball still in, but not just that, kickball, basketball, cornhole, and many, many more. Not only is it a great way to just get outside and play some games, play some sports, it's a great way to meet new people, make friends, and be social. Whether you're trying to get out and be more active, or you're just trying to go meet some people out there, Volo is the place to do it. And you can mix up your after-work routine. You can play in Lodo, Rhino, the Highlands, City Park, Cherry Creek, South Broadway, and more. Players can sign up as a free agent, small group, or full team, and all ability levels and backgrounds are welcome to join. Use code DNVR10. You'll get $10 off any Volo Denver League. Shout out our friends over at Volo Sports.
And shout out to our friends over at Game Time, man. Speaking of meeting new people, doing new things, I went to a concert this weekend that's a little bit outside of my comfort zone.
Okay.
But had a great time, and my friends were all like already in on it, so they already had all their tickets, and I was like, I'm down to go. Like, it's my birthday weekend, whatever. Let's do something fun. And they're like, oh, it's sold out. I'm like, not a problem at all.
Nope.
Let me just pop onto the Game Time app, which I did. Found tickets. I was, kind of sitting there price shopping all day. I enjoy doing that on Game Time. And finally, tickets hit a spot that I was comfortable with, and boom, one click later, I've got my tickets.
Perfect.
I'm going to the concert, and I went out and had a great time. That's just one of the many things you can do on Game Time. But one thing you'll always know is that when you wait till the last minute, you're going to get the best price. And that's what I do. So download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, use code and redeem code BUFFS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today.
Nicknames are funny, man.
I think the people have settled on Big Rich though. I can get
like
with
that.
Big Rich.
I like
Why not
that.
just go with the other one?
What other one?
Big.
All right, stop. We gotta stop.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord! All right, Damien Henderson followed up Richard Young on the podium. He was awesome, man.
was.
The confidence that he has, just being in this system already a year, I think really shined through in his media availability today. Obviously, this is his first time in Colorado too, right? I mean, he was at CSU.
Not his first time in Colorado.
Not his first. What did I say?
You said it is his first time in Colorado.
Sorry, no, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to that here in a bit. His thoughts on the go-go, though. It obviously helped him get here. He mentioned that, right? He had a great season last year for Sac State, leading them in rushing. But he said it himself, too. It's a very good offense for running backs and receivers. It's a well-rounded offense. Everybody's going to eat.
Big dog. I think he's going to eat quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I think, again, there's a lot can change in the next 6 months before week one, but as of right now, he strikes me as a guy who's going to be on the field a lot in those two running back sets and that 21 personnel, because he just checks a lot of the boxes, not only with the familiarity, but he kind of gives you the best of both worlds, to quote Hannah Montana. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives you the power.
The Van Halen
He
song.
gives you the power, and he gives you some of the speed, the finesse as well. Shout out to Van Halen.
Hell yeah. Tell
but
me about
yeah.
Van Halen, Scotty.
Yeah, man. Van Halen, the best of both worlds.
All right.
But yeah, I'm a Damien Henderson fan, and
Yes.
today's media availability only furthered that in my mind.
So many times where it's just so obvious you have an older sister.
It really
It's
is.
true.
Scotty, you asked him about whether, when Coach Marion came here or was leaving Sac State, if he thought he had an opportunity, obviously, to come to Boulder, which clearly he did. But he was like, oh, yeah, I got a chance. Like, I could actually see myself playing there because he's obviously fit in there before. Was very thankful for the opportunity and mentioned that from Coach Marion. Also said he's going to push you. He's going to get the best out of a player. He's not going to leave you alone.
Yes.
Obviously, he's very familiar with the coaching style and how Brennan Marion approaches being a teacher and all that too, right? I asked him, what is something that you would tell yourself last year from what you know now? Obviously, he spent a year in the system, and there's, 4 or 5 other guys in the room right now with him that are learning it for the first time as well.
Right.
He mentioned just the depth of Brennan Marion's playbook, man. How it felt like he was overwhelmed at times, at least at the start for sure, with Brennan Marion just throwing plays at him and all these different things, and how it got even, it started to compound, obviously, week by week in the season for sure, with how much he wanted to install and all that. So he was just emphasizing the depth of the playbook, and these guys are really going to have to get in the playbook, not just this spring, or I mean, you should have been already, but obviously this spring, this summer, so that when it comes to fall camp, you hit the ground running and you can, kind of soak up all those opportunities that are available.
100%. And I think it's really overwhelming at first. I have to imagine it's really overwhelming at first. But from my understanding, just watching it, it feels like everything is a spider web. You just got to know the
Yes.
middle of the web, and everything else just goes off of that.
Builds off exactly.
And I think once you start to understand, there's however many centers of the web, once you understand all of those concepts, then it just becomes obvious to you, what part of the wheel you're going to when you're adding on these little tags and whatnot to change the plays. But I actually think the offense is kind of simple.
Yes.
It just has a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
It's easy to get overwhelmed, for sure.
And I like Damien saying that, I love being the guy that the guys can come to in the room, to bounce ideas off, ask questions about, kind of get a deeper understanding of as well. So that's awesome stuff. And yeah, the teaching of this is going to be massive. And I think the temperament of Brennan Marion is really what this offense needed.
Yes.
The juxtaposition, the difference of Pat Shurmur and Brennan Marion from a personality style is completely different.
Night and day.
This team needed somebody on the offensive side of the ball, not named the head coach, who could sometimes get in your face and challenge you,
Right.
to bring it up a notch.
Well, and that's what Coach Prime talked about last week too, right? Saying that he kind of wants a head coach of the offense and a head coach of the defense.
They got it. They got it.
Facts. Probably the best moment from today. Damien Henderson was asked, "Do you still have all your winter clothes from when you were in Fort Collins?" He goes, "Not at all, not at all. Everything from Fort Collins is thrown away." He goes, "I don't even know why we're speaking on Fort Collins." Then he gets asked one more question about it. He goes, "You've played against this team. Is it weird to be on this team now?" And he goes, "Yeah, it is. But hey, I always wanted to be on this side, so it was nothing new to me." One of many that we've heard that quote from.
That's gotta be upsetting to people up in Fort Collins.
It was.
Hey.
It's moments like this where I really do wish the game existed.
I'll never get off that hill. Should be played every year.
Just 2 for 1. 2 in Boulder, 1 in Fort Collins. That's only fair. We bring all the value to the matchups.
You do, yeah, absolutely.
But that quote, that's how you endear yourself to a new fan base.
Absolutely, yeah. He
You know what I'm saying?
A++ on the first
sure.
press conference for Damien Henderson.
I'll even, what's the compromise, and say 1 in Boulder, 1 in Denver.
You said we ain't going to Fort
I'm
Collins.
I'm not driving up I-25 North. That just sucks.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, man.
That was media today. Great day on the podium.
Definitely.
Felt like we learned a lot as well too. So
Yeah.
most def. Again, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we got looks like safeties. That'll be fun.
Von Bell.
Let's talk practice. Who wants to start? Just things that stood out, players that stood out, moments.
I would like to start.
Please.
It was a good day to be wearing a number 4 jersey for the Colorado football team.
Yep.
On both sides of the ball. I'm going to start on the defense side of the ball. I feel like Nate Mitchell been making plays every single practice.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Spazzing.
Every single practice. Had another interception today in the team period. And then on the other side of the ball, Ernest Campbell in the number 4, making plays when he's out there. You can see the speed is real.
Just splitting the seam.
The speed is, and bro knows how to get open and use
Yeah.
his speed to his advantage, use angles to his advantage and whatnot. I think he said he had 2 touchdowns today, building off a really good practice that he had on Friday as well. So as much as we talk about, Demo and JoJo and Cam and Danny, Ernest is going to be reminding people, hey, don't forget about me.
Yep.
And if you do, that's a mistake. So good day to be wearing number 4 for the Buffs.
And he was brought here for a reason.
Yes.
Ernest was.
Yeah.
And Brennan Marion did not bring him here to let him sit on the bench.
Thanks.
Now, he's going to be a part of a rotation.
Yeah.
But he will be involved in the offense.
100%. And I mean, I think he's gonna have packages for him. Like he's gonna have
100%.
specific plays where this is the Ernest Campbell play. And then just one more thing on Nate. We were talking about nicknames earlier.
For Loco.
For Loco.
So
That's
tough.
it. That's it.
It's so tough.
No need to do any more work on that. That's it.
But like,
So
do these
fire.
kids even know about Four Loko?
I don't know.
no.
I feel like when Darius said it, he was just like, "Yeah, that sounds good." He don't even know the lore behind it
no.
for real.
No,
That was lit. I'm definitely gonna be using that.
honestly some of the most ridiculous nights of my life happened because of Four Loko.
Freshman year of college. That was the choice.
I've never had one.
You don't
What?
The fact
Yeah.
that you remember your freshman year of college after Four Loko
Yeah.
is like an accomplishment in itself.
I mean,
Well-
that was just a choice. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to just call it blackout juice. Like,
My homie, my good friend who I was roommates with for 3 years in college, our freshman year, he used to shotgun the Four Loko and then sip on another one the rest of the night.
Nah, that's insane.
Instant blackout.
Yeah.
By 9:30 p.m.
I mean, after the first one, like one Four Loko
Is more than enough. He's shotgunning one and then just drinking another one the rest of the night. Crazy.
Don't sleep on Quanell X Farrakhan.
Yeah.
With this team, man.
Making plays.
He's working with the twos quite a bit. He had kind of had that role last year, right? And he was getting in the games later in the season, but man, the late hands, just the releases off the line, like he's honestly just starting to look like what I thought he'd become at the college level, which is just such a well-rounded wide receiver. He obviously has the frame and the size to really make it happen, but it just seems like it's all coming together for him, and I'm very excited for him.
Me too.
It's awesome. I'll throw in Danny Scudero.
Yes.
Had a nice little play where he showcased his release, his route running, and his ball tracking.
Oh, yeah.
And that little like turn back to the pylon to make that catch in the corner of the end zone was really, really nice. And it was kind of just in one play showed you why he led all of college football in receiving yards last year.
He's a natural.
Yep.
Caleb Mathis, the chat keeps talking about him, but I mean, man, this is a vet, and he is starting to look like one out there on the field, just constantly getting open. He's always kind of had those skills, right? Whenever we've seen him in the game or even spring football, whatever it is, it's like there's never a guy within like a 3-yard radius around him every time he runs a route and he comes out of his break. So shout out to him. He's having a really, really strong spring so far.
His receiving group is deep. Talented. I feel like we said that each of the last 3 years, but this feels more, and it's easy to say this now with no games in 2026 being played, but this room feels a lot more like 2024 than 2025.
Yeah.
Caleb's always been this though.
Yes.
Consistent.
And I hope his opportunity is coming at some point because we saw a glimpse of it when he was a true freshman walk-on.
Yep. And
he made plays for this team. And I remember Shador saying like he's where I expect him to be and he catches it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you have to make a decision to go for that rather than, the more talented or more gifted receiver. And so I'll be interested to see if like his time does come.
Yeah.
When they just say like he's just so reliable.
Yep.
And I would say like he thinks the game that we're just going to put him out there and let him do his thing.
Yep.
And this is not, in the coaching staff, the coaches in that receiver room, they've been here as long as Caleb Mathis has been here.
Right.
Like they know as well as anybody what he is capable of. So I would trust their judgment on that. But even Caleb last year in the season finale, if you remember against Kansas State, played a lot. There was obviously a lot of going on, but he made the most of his opportunities. He had 2 catches, 17 yards. I think there's only 2 targets on the game, but maybe even on the season. But when he's gotten opportunities, he has looked the part. And that's really all you can do is make the most of your opportunities when you're giving them.
Yep. MLN or ML Nesta, what's his name in there? Scroll up. Either way, he asked why practice was inside. It was kind of chilly this morning.
It kind of was.
Until like the sun came out, you know, it was a typical like spring day in Colorado where it's like,
No, it was kind of chilly.
you need the sun still to really kind of make things feel warm. And of course they practice earlier in the morning, so they were just in the IPF today.
I don't. Do you remember them ever having a spring practice outside?
I think they do it. They've done it every now and then, yes,
Okay.
but not like consistently.
I personally can't remember one.
I think of Dylan running in the IPF, so like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I think that Coach Prime just envisions spring practice inside.
Yeah.
a couple other things. Jaden Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
The defensive back. Also wearing a single digit, man.
I think I said last week, he's been standing out to me.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the safeties room, like he looks like the third safety to me right now, which is impressive.
Makari Vickers back on the field. He had a nice rep.
He had a
Shout
nice
out
PBU.
Makari.
Yep. He had a nice PBU.
And then again, Michael Welsh returned to practice. So for everyone asking where anyone is during practice, the answer is 1, either they're hurt. 2, something personal is going on.
Yeah.
There's no portal open. we don't. We need this. It's okay. We don't need to ask this every time.
Is that number 1? Is that the first one of the year? Where is
Micah? Yes.
Micah?
Yes.
We have a counter on this.
Well, now it's Q for 6.
All right, we're up to 2.
Yeah. So we'll see how high we get on that counter. Taco Tuesday. All right, let's do Taco Tuesday real quick, and then we'll wrap up with practice and other stuff.
Taco Tuesday! We're doing it! Okay, you know Taco Bell's always bring in the remix to stuff, right? First off, though, the nacho fries, a true classic and favorite of ours. And then, innovating the game, as they always do, with this quesadilla, a favorite, right? A favorite. My household, everyone loves the quesadilla. You tell them, Jake. But here, we got the steak quesadilla.
Yes, so
Up in the game.
I think that this is the best fast food quesadilla out there. It's partially because of the quesadilla sauce, which is just amazing. But yeah, let's go in.
Whoa, that's good stuff. Oh, man.
Taco Bell
that.
quesadilla. It's so good.
I needed that. That steak's yummy. I mean, look at that's like well cooked.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there. That's well done.
I was just thinking the same thing.
That's a beauty. Happy Taco Tuesday to you all. Come get this, man. Let's get this on the menu forever and ever. Come get yours today. Happy Taco Tuesday. God bless.
Hold that
Forgot
thought.
about this. That's my bad.
It's all good. It's all good.
Shout out Taco Bell, man.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Nah, for real.
Oh my God, Scotty.
I had my first steak quesadilla from there yesterday.
And
Fire.
there you
I'm
go.
a quesadilla guy at heart, but Taco Bell does it right, no doubt.
Facts. Anything else from practice that stood out to y'all? Coach Prime reset practice today. The coaches were not happy with today. They did say it kind of picked up momentum. Passion was a word Coach Prime used. Intensity.
Yeah.
In the second half of practice, but they did have to start over from a slow start.
And I wonder just how much that is. Obviously, they changed the practice schedule up a little bit this week.
Right.
Instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they've gone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
3
And
straight days.
You had 3 days off.
Yeah.
You know, in a weekend. So I wonder if
Into
that's
spring
just
break.
Exactly right. So I wonder if that's a contributing factor. Certainly not an excuse, especially when you only have 15 practices to maybe waste a half of one is never good. But I can certainly see and understand that being a reason why.
All right.
What do you think the key is to a team stacking good practices?
Treating everyone like it's its own life. If you had a good practice in the last practice, you have to forget about that. You have to almost act as if there was a bad practice that you had the last time around. I think that's the key to stacking good days is not look at it like you're stacking it. Looking at like all you have is today. All you have is this practice, and you got to make the most of it. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because I've covered I don't know how many football teams now, probably 15 to 20 football teams, especially doing some double work on Buffs and Broncos.
Yeah.
And every single one has practices where the coaches just lose it.
For sure.
And it's so interesting to me that like even championship caliber teams have bad practices. And it's like the team is really like its own living organism. Like it's not often that like everyone's having a great practice and one guy's having a really bad practice.
Facts.
Or 2 or 3 guys. Like it usually all goes together.
No doubt. And I think also too, sometimes, I don't know if this is the case, but I think also too, sometimes coaches, they go into a practice saying, we gonna spice it up today. I'm gonna start this practice over halfway through the practice because that's what I want to do today. I want to wake some people up. Even if it wasn't a terrible practice, on a different day, it might have been the same practice, but that wasn't the mindset he was in. He might have just let it go. But I feel like sometimes coaches go into a certain practice or a certain week, but like, we're going to push the pedal a little bit more. Like we're going to put a little bit more emphasis on whatever we're trying to emphasize. And I think that also happens sometimes as well.
Shiloh always talked about it. Coach Prime loves manufactured adversity.
Yep.
Exactly right.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's just about approaching each day with a blank slate, right? Kind of like what you said, like
Yeah.
trying to forget the past. And I mean, you are trying to stack days, obviously, but you almost got to forget about that within the process itself, right?
Definitely.
And almost anything in life that you're trying
Yeah.
to get better at, honestly.
Yep.
Okay, a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Actually, you go ahead. Let's go to class real quick. Learn about some tampering 101.
So this is from Max Olson at ESPN. Yesterday, he published a story entitled "College Football Transfer Portal Tampering. How does it work?" So he kind of broke this down. I guess the motivation behind this article was the whole Dabo Swinney dust up with when Ole
Pete
Miss
Golding.
head coach tampered with a Clemson player in a way that we have just literally never seen before. Texting him in the middle of a class, like, what's going on? What you
While
trying
he's
to do?
enrolled.
Right.
Yeah.
So this article breaks it down. Max Olson kind of breaks it down, tampering into 3 levels. Tampering 101, which is communicating with players before they enter the portal. Tampering 201, which is making deals with players before they enter the portal. And tampering 301, which is what Clemson accused Ole Miss of doing. So there are just a lot of interesting quotes. Obviously, they talked to some agents. They talked to Power 5, G5, GMs, and whatnot. One agent said that the tampering has just gotten much more brash and blatant. The Big Ten GM says that you have to know everybody is a target at any time. One agent said, I don't even see why schools get mad about it. If you don't want your kid to be tampered with, sign them to an agreement that's fair, and the kid won't be looking to go elsewhere. And that is just such
Not
an
true.
agent speak.
Not true
That
at
is
all.
such agent speak right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the same agent argued that you almost have to tamper at times with with these schools because they don't want to pay their own players. They just don't. The same agent argued, and I think that's at the crux of this. Agents they have their own interest in mind and their own clients' interest in mind, and you can say what you want about it, but they have a job to do as well, just like a coach does, just like a recruiter does, all of it. But their interests a lot of times,
Clash.
Exactly right.
And it's really bad what their interests are because almost all of them aren't going to be your agent once you go to the NFL.
Yeah.
So they don't have the best interests of your long-term career in mind.
Facts.
Because in most cases, they aren't even certified to be NFL agents. So they know that they can't even hold on to you even if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And the only way they make a buck is by getting you a raise. Now, in the short term, that seems good to you too and can be enticing. But going to a new school every year, in my opinion, is not the best thing for your overall development and what's going to get you to the league. So these guys are literally incentivized, and the only way that they're going to make money is by shopping around, finding the way to get you more money. And then, when you come back to the school that's paying this guy, let's just say $500,000, and say if you want to keep him, you're gonna have to pay him $1.5 million. Like the school is just going to be very hesitant to do that. It's like, well, okay, we're willing to give him a raise, but we can't afford that. We have only a limited amount of money to build our roster, and it just creates this situation where it's almost always more financially beneficial to leave.
Yep.
And that's why you see like these free agents in the NFL make so much money because you're always more valuable to the team that hasn't had you.
Yeah.
Right.
And they see so much of what you've put on tape that's good, and they think we can get more of that out of them.
Yep.
And so you get these huge contracts for guys who are good but not great because the teams think that they can make you great. The same thing is happening, except for free agency is every offseason for every player in college football.
Yep.
And so, the same thing would happen in the NFL. If you could leave after every year, players would because you just make more and more.
Right. That's why the NBA, a lot of those players like 10 years ago were on like the 1+1 deals, right?
True. So it's bad. The agents, something has to be done to stop this.
Well, are you done? Sorry.
Because it's just it's a vicious cycle.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you have to be like approved to be an agent in the NFL?
Yes, and you do
Certified?
also have to have some sort of certification to be an NIL agent too, but it's different. And obviously the NFL is going to be a lot more stringent.
Right. I've just from like just folks that I know just from work at the past and stuff, like they're just popping up as agents, and it's like, obviously, you got to work your way up the ladder and stuff, but I just feel like college football is flush with so many of these really just kind of young professionals getting their start, and they're thrown into these situations, and all of a sudden they're in NIL negotiations, and of course they want to get theirs too, right? But it's I don't even know the word for it. I want to say it's a word. I don't know if that's at most accurate, but it's just not very professional at most times.
Yeah. There's nothing stopping us from creating an agency.
No,
Right.
And it's a connection based business as well.
Yes.
a lot of these agents they have connections with players, and they're like, well, let me represent you.
Yes,
What's up?
exactly.
Let me negotiate for
Exactly.
you, and that turns into one client, turns into two and
Exactly.
four, and that's how you build a network of clients, so to speak.
But our agency has a podcast.
For real.
We'll get you exposure.
No, for real. So Tampering 201, the pre-portal deal. This is an interesting quote. An SEC GM. It's a crazy world, but if you're not doing that, you're so far behind in the game. One agent laughed as he recalled the December news conference of a head coach complaining about all the ways college football is broken. Quote, they had done 3-way calls with their coaches for 4 different clients as early as November. He's up there waxing poetic about how bad tampering is, and I've been helping you tamper for over a month.
But he has to.
Yeah.
Like I don't find that to be hypocritical.
You gotta do what you gotta
It's
the
tamper
game.
or get fired.
Yeah.
So of course he's tampering, but that doesn't mean he likes it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're Max Olson. He did this the last one that we read about this, right? And it was basically, if you're not tampering, you're just starting behind. That was one of his points.
Yeah.
In the portal, if you're following the rules at this point in time, you are starting behind the 8 ball in almost every type of roster building facet it is right now.
So this is interesting on the 301, which is again kind of what Clemson is accusing Ole Miss of doing to Luke Farrelly, an SEC GM. Once the kid gets on campus, that shit has got to stop. To me, that was the cardinal sin in that situation. He's literally in class, an agent added. There's no way to defend it. But another agent argued, it's Clemson's damn fault for not having the contract done. If you know all this is going on, what's taking you so long to execute the contract?
I wish I had the answers.
It's
ACC GM
the
said
contracts
with a chuckle,
don't mean anything.
They don't.
unenforceable a lot of times, or you can just take them to court and get that thrown out.
Well, and we've seen schools go after a number of players this offseason too.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are like a year after these things happen anyway, right? So
Yeah.
it's almost like, I mean, you can do all that, sure, but it's kind of just too late because it's not like you're going to be able to get this case pushed through the courts immediately, especially in terms of, well, it's March 10th right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's no portal. So
It's crazy.
it is crazy. A couple things I wanted to talk about as well.
Go ahead.
Did you guys see the 6 teams favored in all 12 games for this year?
Let's try to guess them.
How do we already have lines
That's a great question.
for all 12 games?
Texas Tech is certainly one of the 6.
So yes, there's 2 from the Big 12. They are 1.
Which means that the two, we already know that the two most favored teams in the Big 12 don't play each other.
Probably.
System's broken.
BYU the other?
Nope.
Is Utah the other?
It is Utah.
They must have a soft schedule.
I'm sure they do. I know Texas Tech does for sure.
Who is Notre Dame also that? one
Notre
of them?
Dame is on that list.
That's 3 to 6.
That's 3 of the 6.
I
gotta be
can't
an
envision
ACC.
an SEC team is on there.
No.
There
There
is.
is.
There's one SEC team,
Texas.
Georgia.
Georgia. And then there is another Big 12 or Big 10 team, and then
Ohio,
Ohio
State.
Penn State.
What?
Huh?
That's what it says.
Do you guys want to hear the Utah schedule?
Sure.
Just what's the out of conference?
Idaho, Arkansas, and Utah State.
It's honestly not that bad.
No. Seen worse.
Yeah.
How is Penn State
I-
in the Big Ten? How are they favored in every game? I don't get that. I'm
But
gonna have
this
to
is
look that schedule up.
This is the
Here.
problem with
You got it.
these mega
Schedule?
conferences.
Oh.
He says Penn State is projected as the only the 4th best Big Ten team, but doesn't play any of the top 3 teams: Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon. Their smallest Big Ten spreads are -4 at Michigan, -7 at Washington, and -9 at USC. That makes zero sense to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, those are their toughest games, bro.
Let me hammer USC +9 at home against Penn State right now.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Temple, and Marshall.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Wow, that's crazy.
Depending on the line for the Ohio State-Indiana game, it could be either of them because they're already favored in the other 11 games. It's just who gets favored in that game between obviously Ohio State and Indiana. The 6th team, though, you guys didn't mention it.
ACC,
Mountain West,
Boise,
UNLV.
Sac State,
North Dakota State.
Oh,
The
I forgot
Bison
about them.
coming up a level. Yeah.
I said it when it happened. They gonna win. They gonna win the conference this year.
Their non-conference is Jacksonville State, Fordham, Sac State, and then a quote non-conference game against Mountain West member San Jose State, which I'm sure they already had on the schedule, but now they've joined the conference.
They're gonna win the Mountain West this year, and not be able to go to the which sucks.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's still.
I think they're trying to fight that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I've decided what my number one thing I would campaign on as I'm trying to become the commissioner of college football.
What's that?
There's not allowed to be a conference bigger than 10 teams.
I
That'd be
think this
fire.
would solve a lot of issues.
And that means that you play 9 conference games every year, one against every other team.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple. Very simple concept.
And like
noble one too.
It eliminates some of the stupidest issues that we have in college
100%.
football, like the fact that Texas Tech is the favorite to win the Big 12, Utah is second, and they don't play each other this season.
Yep. And this is why we have chaos the last 3 weeks of the season when it's like, well, if this team goes to the Big 10 or Big 12 title game, they could play this team, but this other team holds a tiebreaker over them. But these two teams don't even play each other. But if this other team, it's crazy.
People forget the only reason that Colorado didn't play in the Big 12 championship game was because of tiebreakers.
Yep.
Had the same record as the two teams that played in the Big 12 title game that year.
Yep.
Crazy.
Last thing that I got, Bill O'Brien, head coach at Boston College.
Bob.
He's Bob. Yep. He's calling plays this year, right? Which, I mean, some would say he's maybe feeling the pressure a little bit.
He's on a hot seat, no doubt.
They don't even have an offensive coordinator.
It's him. Hey, that's the way to go out. Either you gonna put all the blame on me, or you gonna give me all the credit.
I guess
that's the way to go out. I respect it.
Speaking of coordinators, we never talked about.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
There was a big dust up about Colorado not having a special teams coordinator. And this is just a classic case of people only pay attention when it's Coach Prime.
Of course.
Because a bunch of people are like, wow, like what a terrible decision, like criticizing this as if it was new. This is the first time this has ever happened, or very rare.
Yeah.
I went and did the research since 1990, so that gives us 36 seasons. Colorado has had a special teams coordinator 14 times. And when I say 14 times, I mean 14 of those 36 seasons. It's actually more rare to have one than it is to not.
Yep.
And just because you don't have someone with the coordinator title, obviously doesn't mean you don't have people coaching it. You're going to have like analysts who only focus on special teams. And then the way that it's been done in most of those, I guess that would be 22 seasons without, is you kind of split it up. So we're going to have the running backs coach be in charge of kick return. We're going to have the receivers coach be in charge of punt return, so on and so forth. So not new, not unique.
And by the way, that's the way Coach Prime in Colorado did it in 2024.
Yeah.
And they won 9 games.
And it's also worth mentioning the fact that Coach Niblett is going to be running a lot of the special teams for Colorado. We'll talk to him on Thursday as well, too.
Yep.
But also, Coach Prime never said that they weren't going to have like someone running special teams. Like when he was asked about that last week,
He just said we don't have a special teams coordinator.
Like at the moment, which he didn't say we're not going to have one.
Right.
But we don't have one right now.
And I don't envision that they will by the title
yes,
of special teams coordinator. But that, again, is not anything new.
exactly. So we'll talk to Coach Niblett on Thursday. I'm sure he'll at least get one question about that. So anything else today?
Osa.
All right. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow, day 5.
I have
Go
one
ahead.
last thing.
Yes.
I think Niblett is a great makeup for coaching special teams.
Completely
'Cause I
agree.
think the most important part of coaching special teams is having like attention from the players and respect from the players, and I think that he's going to have that.
Well, not only that, the fact that he was a head coach. I mean, yes,
Totally.
it was high school the level before, but like he was already kind of in that role of kind of overseeing everything. Like,
Yep.
you're kind of, it's obviously a different level and stuff, but this is a guy who's used to being the guy, and now he gets kind of a third of the game really to
Right.
kind of make his, right?
Yep.
So, and he's got one of the smallest rooms too in tight ends, right? Obviously a very important thing too, but there's what, 5-ish players in that room?
I think so.
So, all right. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, day 5 of spring football. Let's get it. See you guys then. School Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.